Well, hello again. I'm going to change this mountain again. I don't like that gray looking mountain. I want to bring some life, some trees into it. So we'll paint that today and maybe start actually doing foreground trees and stuff. Let's see what we get. Okay, thank you. I'm starting out with leaf green. It'll be on the light side of the mountain. I was pushing too hard. Pushing too hard on that brush. I was letting the gray show through. All right, now I'm going to put a little periwinkle blue in there and see what that looks like. Oh, I don't like that at all. So I'll go to the green. Man, that's almost black. Some white in there. I gotta do some adjustments here. You remember from what I said the other day that the reflections in the water won't be exactly the same as what you see in the air. So I'm not trying to be overly careful with the shadow with the reflections in the water. In fact, these reflections should be more like this. Well, I covered up the gray, and maybe I shouldn't have. Well, that's a sloppy looking mess. Now, I have to determine exactly where my tree line and water line is going to be. And I will use the very dark colors for that. Now, I'm going to turn this painting on its edge to draw my tree line, at least the bottom edge of it. It'll be somewhere along in here. Needs some adjustments. I hate this chair's got wheels on it, it's hard to move around. Okay, now let me get down to doing some real This light is horrible. I have a light on up here over the computer, over my camera, but it's so you can see the picture better. But I don't know. It doesn't help me at all. Now, I'm going to start putting trees in here. I'm going to get serious about this. As you can see, the trees just wiggling my brush. I should have waited and let it dry a little bit. We've got a lot of gunky stuff in here. I'm getting getting spots where the paint is beginning to thicken up and it's leaving globs. I don't like globs in my picture. Anyhow, you get the idea through here what I'm talking about put the tree line. All right. Now, a lot of this will be covered up with the trunk of a tree or pine needles, or depending on what kind of tree I paint. If I put a hardwood tree, it'll be covered up with leaves and trunk and limbs, or a pine tree, it'll be covered up with trunk and limbs and pine needles. I haven't decided yet, so we'll decide that as we go along. All right, so I've changed the mountain. Now I'm going to start adding a tree trunk or something. I just really not sure about what I'm going to do there. The color I'm using is periwinkle blue and green. It's going to look weird. I think I'm pretty well out of that woodland green. And I think I'm going to make this into a hardwood tree of some kind. All right. Now, basically, this is going to be a silhouette, so you're not going to see a lot of details. This is almost empty. Yeah, I'm running out of gunk. Look at that. That's horrible. I'll leave a bunch of skim all over the painting. All right. That one goes in the trash. Now what we're going to do about leaves, we could I'm just dabbing my brush around trying to get leaves. You notice that you look at a tree, a lot of leaves between you and the trunk. So we have to cover the trunk up a little bit too. So that's why I'm doing this in here. We'll define this more clearly in the next video. I like that. We'll go to my famous fan brush. See if we can get some better looking leaves going here. Yeah, that's more like what I want. See how they're fuzzy on the edge? Not real defined. A lot of times when you look at trees, the leaves are not very defined. Now, I'm planning to do a video one day where I am showing how to do bushes and shrubs and grasses and things of that nature. And man, that fan brush is going to become very important when we do that. Well, I'm back. I added a few small limbs to this thing, but we'll deal with that later. You can see how this works. This fan brush works much better than the other thing. This is the same brush. This is the same brush I would have used if it were pine trees. I'll push it pretty hard on the canvas now. You might be able to hear it splattering black. I'm pretty happy with that. All right. We'll see how this works out when I edit it. Hey, I hope you enjoyed painting with me today. Please join me again in the future. I've got more work to do in this picture. The next picture we do after this, I've not decided what I'll do, but I will do some smaller things, and we'll probably start then concentrating on brush shapes and palette knives, and what they're for and how they're used. But I will also, as I said a few moments ago, we'll deal with bushes and leaf clusters and how to do trees. And one of the favorite trees I used to do as a youngster was Japanese maple. They're beautiful and they're easy to do. Anyhow, I hope